Hello everyone, and welcome to a new video. Today we'll be going over the top 10 meta combos in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And as you can see, number 10 is Virgo Scooty. So, I don't know if you know, but there are 4 different characters that are the exact same as Birdo in terms of stats. So that is Yoshi, Peach, Daisy, and Birdo. They are all the same. They're all equivalent stats, so you can use whatever character you prefer the most. I'm going to be using all of them throughout the video. So the reason why I have this at number 10 is because this vehicle is no longer like quote-unquote a meta vehicle, but this character makes it good enough to be in the meta. So this does feel pretty smooth still, and you can also use Biddy. It's close enough to Biddy to where it's basically just drifting style and hitbox are the only differences. The advantage that this has over like other meta combos is that it has the most mini turbo out of all of them. So if you want like a mini turbo heavy combo, like for example you want to be the one snaking around and things like that, then by all means go for it. This does suffer in terms of speed and weight, so I will say that, but it's an overall pretty good meta combo, and if you're looking for something a little bit offbeat, I would suggest something like this. So number 9 on this list is going to go to the Yoshi Class. That's what I'm going to call it from now on. The Yoshi Class on Teddy with GLA. Now some of you might be surprised on how low this is on the list, but the reason why is because this kind of has faded out. It used to be like a big thing. Maybe Giver made like a huge video on it, suggesting that this would be the new meta, the GLA tires, but even he has switched off of them. So the main reason being is that the mini turbo that you sacrifice is a little bit too much in terms of meta right now, and weight isn't really a huge factor. I think people are starting to realize that, especially since most of the meta is now on middle weights. So that just means weight matters even less now. But GLA tires are they're definitely the second best tire in the game. So if you do want to use something other than roller tires, then GLAs are the way to go. But yeah, this is still a solid combo, and if you were used to like a meta combo from last, before the patch, then this is actually pretty close to Waluigi Wiggler. So right now, Waluigi Wiggler is outclassed heavily by the rest of the combos on this list. So I would not suggest ever using Waluigi Wiggler, but if you do want to use something similar, this is probably the closest meta combo to that. Also, how in the world did I pull this? Yeah, this is still solid. It has enough mini turbo to get by, but it definitely doesn't have the best. Okay, and yeah, it's solid in the meta. Yeah, all the combos on this list you can definitely use and get away with it, and still be... It'll basically just depend on your skill with all these meta combos, so you don't really have to worry about you getting outclassed heavily. Alright, so number 8 on this list is going to be Mario Inc Striker. This combo, this is where you're going to start seeing combos that are heavily used. So Mario Inc Striker is one of those where it's very popular, especially among the Japanese community. So you'll see this a lot more there. And it's super solid. Basically, it's Mario and Ludwig and Medium Me, I believe, that are the exact same in terms of stats. And this has solid mini turbo, solid all around. Definitely a good all around combo, just like Mario. Okay, just like Mario's, you know. So if you're looking for that sort of thing, then by all means go for this. I will say though that Mario is kind of outclassed, in my opinion, by Luigi. He has traction instead of handling. Those are the only two differences. Is Mario loses handling over traction. I think handling is just a better stat to have, especially in this meta. Again, everything past this point is just going to be a very solid combo, and you can definitely use it, and you will not at all be disadvantaged. Whereas 9 and 10, you will be disadvantaged, but you can get away with it. So yeah, on to the next one. So number 7 on this list is Rosalina Teddy Buggy. This is the only heavyweight combo that I believe is actually meta right now. And I think the reason why heavyweight is faded out for the most part is just because, you know, the buffs that they gave to the Yoshi class and the Mario class, like, they were already pretty decent. And now that they are, like, Yoshi got buffed hard enough, the Yoshi class got buffed hard enough to where it's just, like, it's hard to not pick a middleweight now. And you don't really need the weight anymore is the thing. So that's why you see more middleweights, is because weight matters a lot less when you're all really light. So of course you can argue as well that, like, you know, now that there's less weight all around, this combo is probably one of the better, like, not off meta combos, but like less meta combos, if that makes any sense. That sucks. Like, this meta combo is really good, don't get me wrong, but it's not quite on the level of, like, the top 3 or the top 4 in terms of stats. So, but if you do want to use a heavyweight combo, this is definitely the best one to go for. Of course, for this class, it's Rosalina, King Boo, and Link, so you can choose your favorite out of those. But Rosalina is, like, I guess the smallest, it takes up the smallest amount of space on the screen, so that's why you're going to be seeing Rosalina a lot more than other characters in the meta. So, also, I gotta say, there are combos, not combos, there are vehicles that are actually similar or the same stats as Teddy Buggy, which I will put those on screen. I forgot exactly which ones they are, but if you want to use something else besides Teddy Buggy or Ink Striker, then you have equivalents that you could use as well. So number 6 is going to be Mario on the Teddy Buggy. This combo isn't nearly used as much as almost every other combo besides, I'd say, 9 or 10 on this list. But I think it is just better than Mario Inc Striker, because I think you want the extra mini turbo, because you sacrifice a little bit of a mini turbo for, I think, weight and speed with Mario. I might be mistaken on that, but I will be showing it on screen regardless. But yeah, compared to something like what is now the meta, which is a Yoshi Inc Striker, this does pretty decent for itself. So yeah, Mario is definitely a solid character in the meta. And if you like Mario, this is probably the best combo that you could go with. It also looks pretty good, I'd say. The red tires go really well with, like, the Teddy Buggy, and it doesn't make any annoying sounds like Ink Striker does. But yeah, this feels like really smooth too. So I would not blame anyone for using this combo. Again, anything in, like, the top 6 or the top 5 here is definitely meta worthy. And even though you might not see this nearly as much, this is on par with those combos, I'd say. I think Ink Striker has the 2 equivalents are Sports Coupe and Mach 8. Nice first place, nice run. Again, nice solid all-around combo. Alright, so I ended up going to a different lobby because I forgot to change combo. But for number 5, we have Luigi on the Teddy Buggy. So this combo is pretty solid. Like I said with Luigi, the only difference between him and Mario is that he gets handling and Mario gets traction. And I think in general you're going to want more handling than traction in almost all situations. So that's why I have it like that. It's much easier to avoid items when you have more handling. It's much easier to, you know, adjust for lines that you might be missing if you have more handling. And even though it's very slight, those differences can sometimes come out in races that you might not expect. So traction, on the other hand, it helps a little bit with tracks that are more icy, but there isn't too many competitive tracks that have really bad traction. to the point where like you'd be wanting to use a more traction heavy build. So that's why I think Luigi just slightly outclasses Mario in that way. And the reason why Teddy Buggy is below Ink Striker in this one, the main reason is just the disparity between the usage. Because Luigi Inc Striker, which is going to be coming up soon, not going to spoil where exactly, is much more widely used than Luigi Teddy is. And I think there might not even be many players at all in the top, like 100 players that are even using this combo anymore. But it's still really good. And of course, it's not really getting outclassed by any meta combo. So if you want to use something that nobody really uses, but still really good, Luigi Teddy is the way to go. And number 4 on this list, as you guessed it, Luigi Inc Striker. Now, on a more off-topic note, what do you think looks better on Luigi, the red tires or the blue tires? I don't actually know the answer to that question. But I think the reason why people prefer the Inc Striker for Luigi, it might be just like a feeling I have, but it just feels like the way he like drives, like the way he turns and stuff is more accurate with how he actually drives. If you know what I'm saying. Like it's hard to actually explain, but and this is seeing a lot of usage, especially like in the like my Team USA teammates. A lot of them love using this, and even my my actual team teammates seem to love this combo. So I don't know exactly what the appeal to it is, but from what I can tell, it feels way more accurate to how it drives, like in terms of the animations and stuff. Definitely in the conversation for the best meta combo, but slightly outclassed by the top 3, I'd say. And all the top 3 are in similar boats. So, and number 3 on this list is actually an inside drifting bike. We have a Yoshi Class on the Yoshi bike. Now, I think this is the best inward combo that you can go with. Also, completely ignored by driving this race. I have no idea how to drive inward, so do not use these lines. Okay, do not use them. Dude, this is an adventure trying to play inward. But the advantages that inward have compared to outward are that it's much better at getting off backs. I'd say the turns that you get to take them a lot later, and you have to commit to them a lot later, which means you get to be a little bit more flexible than outward does. So those are the big advantages that inward has. But yeah, in general, you don't have to commit. You can take turns tighter as well, which also really helps. Like you can avoid backs like that, for example. I'm surprised I'm doing well with inward right now, not gonna lie. But yeah, if you were an inside drifting bike main, this is by far the best combo to go with. You can use things like Mario or characters like Mario and Luigi, but the only thing is that it's just been kind of agreed upon, I guess, with the inside drifting bike mains, that Yoshi's like by far the best character for this. The second most used character I say is Mario. I don't think I've seen too much Luigi at all, but this is definitely the best inside drifting bike combo, and these top 3 combos are all basically the quote-unquote meta in this game right now. So for number 2, we have Yoshi on Inc Striker. Now this might come as a big surprise to most of you guys, because this is by far, well, not by far, I'd say it's the most popular combo, but not by a lot. Yeah, this is the quote-unquote Waluigi Wiggler of the new meta. It doesn't resemble Waluigi Wiggler, but it definitely outclasses it if you want that kind of thing. Definitely in the conversation, if not in most people's opinion, the best combos in the game, or the best combo in the game. You'll be seeing this a lot in your worldwides, in your competitive matches. Definitely has the smaller frame, probably gives it a huge advantage, and that's why people use Inc Striker over things like Mach 8 or Sports Coupe, which have even more invincibility than this combo does, or this cart does. That's why you see it more often than those combos. Oh yeah, baby. Dodge the red and the blue. Because I think people just find that the number 1 combo on this list just has a better feel to it. And the number 1 combo on this list also has better mini turbo, and it doesn't sacrifice that much speed. So I will be showing a comparison between the top 3 combos, just to show you guys, you know, give you guys a little bit of a perspective on it. But yeah, this is definitely a solid combo. And if you want a skinnier frame, because you might think it like, you know, helps you with items and not getting hit by them, which it kind of does a little bit, then by all means go for this. It's super solid and one of the best combos in the meta for sure. And for the number 1 combo in the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe meta, we have Yoshi on the Teddy Buggy. I think this combo probably has the best feel of all the combos, and feeling is what drives a lot of the meta in general, especially in this game. Waluigi Wiggler just felt good for a lot of players, which is why, you know, even though you could argue like stats-wise, the Bitty Buggy or the Scooty were better combos, Waluigi Wiggler had just a better feel overall, which is why it was the main combo for such a long time. And that's why I have this at number 1, is because I think people will start to realize that this just has such a good feel to it that people start switching over to it. And that's why I have it at number 1 mainly. But again, all those top even like 5 combos you can all use and be really successful with it. This meta definitely has a much more variety than the previous meta, and I think it's pretty healthy for the game as well. I'm going to be showing a lot of comparisons during this race, just to the other combos on this list, so you guys can get an idea of what exactly the numbers are behind this list, so you don't just have to take my word for it. But yeah, this definitely has the best stats for this meta, I'd say. It's got a little bit extra mini turbo compared to Inc Striker, and yeah, it just feels really good to drive. And I'd say the best feels are Luigi Inc Striker and Yoshi Teddy Buggy, which is, I think, a good sign, because that means we're not just going to see the Yoshi Class throughout the entire meta. I think Luigi Inc Striker will start to pick up as well. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time.